Hi boys and girls, in this video we're going to go over where we left off before we had to start learning at home, which was, if you remember from a while back, we were learning about goods and services and the difference between the two. So if you could recall, goods are things that you buy at the store, things that you could actually take, put in a bag, leave the store with. Here's some examples. A loaf of bread is considered a good. Any type of clothing, like a baseball hat, is a good. Any toy that you'd buy at the store is also considered a good. So the goods are the things that you buy that you could actually, they're tangible, which means that you could touch them, you could take them home with you. Now services are a little bit different. Services are things that people do for you. So you're not necessarily putting something in a bag and bringing it home with you, but they're things that you can get paid for or people get paid for because they're doing something for you. So here is a pet walker, someone walking a dog. Yes, people pay people to walk their animals when they're at work for them, and so a dog walker could get paid money for walking people's dogs. Here I have a picture of a nice shiny car, because if you wash cars or even if you fix cars, mechanics, they get paid for their expertise, their knowledge, and their hard work in doing what they need to do. So that is a service. And then lastly, I thought of an example of getting your nails painted or done. A lot of people like to do that. And so those people are paid for, again, their expertise and skill in being able to do your nails without getting nail polish all over, which I often would do. But so that's a manicurist, and they will get paid. That is a service. So goods are tangible, things that you can touch, bring home in a bag, things that you buy with money. And services are things that people do. I'm hoping this is all coming back to you. We've talked about this. So what I would like you to do just for your first assignment for this video, and you can pause to do it, or you could do all the assignments after the entire video, is on one side of your paper, write the word goods. And I want you to simply look around your house and maybe even take pictures of goods that you have at your house. Simple enough. And then services, I want you to just draw a picture on the paper of services. Okay, so you could either draw goods at your house over here or take a picture and post it on Dojo for me. And for services, you may draw a picture of some services that we didn't go over, services that you could think of that maybe you could do, or jobs your parents or somebody you know might have that is a service job. Okay, boys and girls, so that's your first assignment. So if you want to pause now or stop the video and do that, or you could finish the video and then come back and do your assignments, that's fine. Next, I want to go on something really important, our phonics, which is sounding out words so that we become better readers. So this week's spelling words I have on this paper here, and I have our two spelling phonic sounds. They both say oi. Spelled O-I says oi, and spelled O-Y says oi. Okay, so say the sound with me. Oi. Say it again. Oi. Very good. Okay, so first over here are spelling words that have oi in the middle of the word, and it's spelled O-I. So let's sound them out. J. Oi. Now put it together. Join. I would like to join that group to play soccer with them. Join. 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 Okay, the next one. Let's try to sound it out. C can have two sounds. In this case, it says k. K. Remember that sound? Oi. Okay, put the sounds together. K. Oin. Coin. Very good. A coin is like a penny, a dime, a nickel, a quarter. Makes lots of noise in your change purse or in your wallet. Coin. Next one. What does S and P say together? Those two sounds. Sp. Sp. And then what does O-I say again? Remember the sound? It's oi. So let's put it together so far. Sp. Oi. And then what does L say? L. All right, okay. Let's try it again. Let's see if we can figure out what word this is. Oil. Spoil. Oh, spoil. Now, spoil is an interesting spelling word this week because it does have two meanings. Lots of words have more than one meaning, and this is one of them. For example, spoil can mean I left my lettuce out of the refrigerator or got too old and the lettuce started turning all brown. You know, lettuce, what you put in a salad. So I would say that the lettuce spoiled. It's no longer good. Spoil can also mean some children are sometimes spoiled, which means they get to do whatever they want to do, whenever they want to do it, and they don't have any discipline. So you don't want to spoil a child, at least not too much. So spoil, multiple meaning word here. Okay, let's go on to read some of our other words. This one, what does P say? It's a very quiet sound. Oi, remember OI says oi, that's our new sound today, this week. Oi, nt. Oint. What is it? I'm doing it now. Point. Yes, point. Like I am pointing to the word point right now. Okay. You could also say she made a very good point, which means maybe she gave you a fact or he gave you a fact or information that really made a lot of sense. You could say that's a very good point you made. I didn't think about that. Or the act of pointing to a word, and it's not polite to point at people. So point at you. Okay, last one. Let's try to sound it out. Oist. Moist. Moist. Very good. Moist means if you have a cake, for example, you want it to be moist. You don't want it to be too dry or it doesn't taste very good. So moist would mean just a little bit of oil in there so that you don't have to keep drinking a drink to swallow it. It's easy to swallow. Moist, little bit wet, moist. Okay, so those are our OI spelling patterns. Let's go over to the OY spelling patterns. You could see most of the time, not all the time, but with your spelling words this week, it's always at the end of the word. But there are other words like royal and loyal that it would be in the middle of a word also. But for your spelling words this week, the OI sound with OY is always at the end. You're never going to see OI at the end of a word, okay? So let's sound this out. Remember, OY says oi, t, oi. So what's the word? Toy. Very good. And this is oi, boy. And the J says ja, oi. So what's the word? Joy. Very good. A little bit shorter words over there, a little bit easier to sound out. Okay, so let's read our spelling words together, and I will give you your assignment next and put this up there so you can do it. So the first one is join, coin, spoil, point, moist, toy, boy, joy. Okay, so for your spelling word assignment this week, first, I'm going to put the paper back up and I want you to read those spelling words until you can read them quickly. For some of you, maybe it'll just take 1 or 2 reads before you get really fast and you can sound them out very quickly. Others of you, you might have to read them 10 times before you get really fast and recognize them. Doesn't matter how long it takes you, just go ahead and read your words so that you're proficient at them. You need to be able to recognize and read those words. After that, you'll need something to write with and some type of paper. Write 5 complete sentences, so it means it's starting with a capital, ending with ending punctuation. Most of you will be ending with a period. Write 5 complete sentences using some of your spelling words. So I'm going to go back, I'm going to put this up. So you're going to choose any 5 of these words to put in sentences. So your sentence might say, I have a coin in my right pocket, period. Okay? Or you might say, for some of you, I know you're going to be tempted to make them shorter sentences like, I am a boy. Okay, well, that is a complete sentence, yes, but I want you, remember, you're almost second and some of you are almost third graders, so I want you to make your sentences a little bit longer. Try to add some more details. For example, you could say, I am a smart and funny boy, period. Okay, so add some adjectives, add some descriptive words, make your sentences longer, make them first and second grade words, since that is what you are. Okay, so 5 of these. So I'm just going to leave this up here. You can pause it to first practice reading them, and then 5 written sentences. And then you could watch the rest of this video, or like I said again, you could just find this spot later. I'm going to move on to the next part. So our last thing today is kind of fun. It's going to be our English segment. This week we're learning about adjectives, and I know you've heard that before because we've talked about adjectives all year. Adjectives describe people, places, and things. So adjectives describe nouns. So I drew some pictures here. They're not wonderful. You've seen my kitties many times. They're not being very cooperative with doing my video with me today, but you have seen them. So I could describe my cat. Now my cat is not an adjective, but the words I use to describe one of my cats are the adjectives. My cats are soft, they're playful, and they're loving. So soft, playful, and loving are the adjectives I would use to describe my cats. I also have here, my husband picked some flowers for me the other day. They're actually just weeds growing in the fields. And so I found this around my house. And in a while you're going to find things around your house that you could use adjectives to describe. So if we're looking at this here, I can say that these flowers are pretty, they are colorful, and they are fresh. So I want you to find things around your house that you could describe. The last one, you're probably like, what is that, Mrs. McDonald? Well, I was trying to draw this pillow here. So this is something else I found around my house that I could describe. This pillow is soft. I could lay my head on it. It is also, when I feel it like this, it's textured, which means it's a little bit bumpy. So an adjective could be that this pillow is textured. And it's also colorful. It does have more than one color in it. So I could say it's colorful, or I could just say it's beige. Beige is this color here. It's kind of like an off-white, not completely white. So I could also just say one of the colors, the main color in it is beige. Okay? So your last assignment is just to find some things around your house and use adjectives to describe them. And you could just tell your parents, describe them to your parents. Be careful not to use people, places, and things to describe the objects you find in your house, because those are not adjectives. Remember, people, places, and things are nouns. Keep them to adjectives. What would you say? What kind of pet do you have? What do the flowers look like or smell like? Okay? How does your pillows, how does it feel? All right? So that is your assignments, and I hope you have some fun with it. And I will end with putting these words up in case, just so it's easier for you to find. You'll know it's at the very end of the video. So if you want to write them and practice them. So let's see about there. And I will see you next time. Happy learning!